Hey everyone, welcome back to Andrew's Fitness channel. I am of course Andrew, and today I'm going to show you how to do muscle ups if you can't do muscle ups. I am down here in Key Largo and I found this nice little park with these bars which are absolutely perfect for practicing muscle ups if you can't do muscle ups. You can use your legs to hop up and makes it a nice total body movement.
Just a quick preview to go over everything we're going to work on today: the high bar muscle up, some easier variations, the low bar muscle up combined with a hang and scapular depression, beginner version of the muscle up in the pool, and some advanced variations doing some negatives and some leg extensions and knee tucks to add in some abdominals. Just a few quick caveats before we get started today, guys. First, just because this is an easier version of the muscle up doesn't mean it's easy or for beginners. This is still an advanced exercise, and before you even attempt it, you're going to want to make sure you have at least some base of fitness built up before you do. So I'd say you should be able to do at least 3 or 4 good clean pull-ups and about 5 or 6 really good clean dips without assistance from a machine or exercise bands. The next thing is you probably want to have some experience with plyometrics, and if you don't even know what plyometrics are, that might be a good indication that you're not ready for this yet. That involves exploding from the ground and absorbing impact so that your joints are used to and ready for explosive movements and absorbing impact. The second thing is, before you start this or any other exercise program, you should always consult with your doctor or health professional first, and anything you do on your own is at your own risk. The third thing is that in this variation, the form is not exactly the same as in a regular muscle up. However, this exercise is still very closely related to a regular muscle up. It still works all the muscles in a very similar way. It's still going to help you prepare to do a regular muscle up, and it's just a great total body exercise all the way around. I mentioned this is a total body exercise, but it does have a particular focus on the lats, chest, core, and abdominal muscles. And if you've never done this exact exercise before, you could be really sore the next day or even 2 or 3 days after in those exact areas. If you don't think you're ready for this harder variation, there are still 2 easier variations that I'm going to do later in this video, so make sure to stick around. There's one for intermediate level and there's even one for beginners. With all that said, let's get started on the first variation of the muscle up. Place your hands on the bar about shoulder distance or slightly wider than shoulder distance apart, just like in a regular pull-up. Then bend the knees slightly and jump up and pull yourself up towards the bar at the same time. Once your low chest or approximately your nipple line reaches the height of the bar, you're very quickly going to transition to the upper half of the exercise by rapidly turning at the wrists and moving into more of a pressing motion, which is kind of a combination of a straight arm pull down, a tricep press down, and a dip all at once. Even though I'm explaining this exercise in chunks so it's easier to learn, it really will feel like it's happening all in one motion, especially for this upward phase of the exercise. When you get to the top of the motion, pause for a second or two. As you lower yourself back down, make sure to do so under control. It's not that you have to do it slowly, it's just that you want to maintain some tension on the muscles, you want to make sure you cushion the landing, and you don't just want to allow yourself to drop right down. Now that I've explained all the different pieces of this exercise, let's see how it's done in real time from a few different angles.
Now, if you have access to a high bar like this and you try it out and it's still really tough, there's still a couple things you can do. One of them is to just practice a straight hang. The other one is, if there's also another low bar, you can practice on the low bar, but you're mostly going to just be working on the top half of the muscle up and not really the bottom. So you might need to do something like pull-ups or that hang and then combine that with the low bar muscle up.
So here we are doing the low bar variation of the muscle up, and the form is kind of the same. You're going to take your hands about shoulder distance apart. You're still going to bend the knees and hop up at the top, but here you can see the exercise is a little bit more like just the straight arm pull down and tricep press down and dip portion. So here I am combining the hang with a set of the low bar muscle up, just like a superset. So one set of the low bar muscle up and then one set of the hang, and then you can repeat for a total of 3 sets. So I just want to point out here, guys, I am not just allowing my shoulders to stretch up with my shoulders going up towards my ears. I am actively pulling my shoulders down and contracting my shoulder blades down and back. This is called scapular depression, and it's very good for strengthening the stabilizer muscles around the shoulders and within the scapula.
Another way to make the muscle up with the high bar a little bit easier is to simply rest and pause in between each muscle up rep that you do. So you do one muscle up, you wait a few seconds till you feel like you're recovered a little bit, and then go into the next muscle up. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can reduce that time in between the reps and just very quickly go into the next rep. Now, if the high bar is kind of easy for you, there's a couple things that you can do to make that a little bit harder. One is to do a negative. So you go all the way up to the top, and then when you come down, let yourself down really slowly. And another thing that you can do is extend your legs as you're lowering yourself down and pause for a few seconds at the bottom before you go into your next muscle up.
So here I am doing the negative, which you can see is much slower than I did with the regular muscle up in the beginning of this video, and extending the legs, and if that's hard, you can also tuck the knees. There is also the added bonus of working the abdominals when you extend the legs or tuck the knees.
A lot of people can barely do one single pull-up, let alone rep out multiple muscle ups very easily. So using the buoyancy of the water is a really great way to practice those movements and reduce the impact and the stress on your joints, which can reduce the risk of injury, especially if you're just starting out and you're just trying some of these movements that are more advanced.
So here we are doing the pool variation. The setup is the same with the hands about shoulder distance apart. The only main difference here is you're really going to try to minimize the use of the legs. I use my legs on the first one just to get it going, and I occasionally tap them just to make sure I keep myself centered. But of course, you can use your legs just as much as you need, even on every single rep if you want to. So there you have it, guys. A few different ways you could practice muscle ups if you can't do regular muscle ups yet, from beginner to advanced. And if you want to see some other really cool pool workouts that do not involve swimming laps, I have a pool parkour video, I have a Navy SEAL training exercise video called the pool run, and I have a total body pool workout video. In addition to all my pool workout videos, I also have a ton of bodyweight training videos that are super effective exercises that need no equipment. I will place links to those videos in the description below, so if you're interested, please go down to the description and check those videos out. If you like this video, go ahead down below and hit that like button. If you want to see more content like this, go ahead and subscribe, as I will be posting more videos on how to improve your health and fitness level and get in better shape. If there's somebody else you know who you think this video might help, please go ahead and share it with them. And if not, no worries. I thank you for being here today and taking the time to watch this video, and I hope to see you the next time.